The Montevideo Convention on the Rights and Duties of States was enacted on December 26, 1933, and came into force a year later. It was concluded by the governments represented in the Seventh International Conference of American States. The convention covers various aspects of statehood, including sovereignty, rights and duties, state succession, diplomatic relations, and more. Article 1 outlines the qualifications for statehood: a permanent population, a defined territory, a government, and the capacity to enter into relations with other states. Article 2 states that a federal state is considered a single entity under international law. Article 3 emphasizes that a state's political existence is independent of recognition by other states and that it has the right to defend its integrity and independence. Article 4 declares that all states are juridically equal, enjoying the same rights and capacities under international law. Article 5 asserts that the fundamental rights of states cannot be affected in any manner. Article 6 explains that recognition of a state is unconditional and irrevocable, accepting its personality with all rights and duties under international law. Article 7 states that recognition of a state can be either express or tacit, resulting from any act implying the intention to recognize the new state. Article 8 prohibits any state from intervening in the internal or external affairs of another state. Article 9 establishes that the jurisdiction of a state applies to all inhabitants within its territory, providing equal protection under the law to nationals and foreigners alike. Article 10 highlights that the primary interest of states is the conservation of peace, and disputes should be settled by recognized pacific methods. Article 11 sets the obligation not to recognize territorial acquisitions or special advantages obtained by force, emphasizing the inviolability of a state's territory. Article 12 clarifies that the Convention does not affect obligations previously entered into by the high contracting parties under international agreements. Article 13 outlines the ratification process, requiring the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Uruguay to transmit certified copies for ratification and deposit them in the archives of the Pan-American Union. Article 14 states that the Convention will enter into force as the high contracting parties deposit their ratifications. Article 15 allows for the Convention to be denounced with 1 year's notice, after which it ceases to affect the denouncing party but remains in effect for others. Article 16 opens the Convention for adherence and accession by non-signatory states, with instruments deposited in the Pan-American Union archives. The plenipotentiaries signed the Convention in multiple languages and affixed their seals in Montevideo on December 26, 1933. As of May 2016, the Convention had been ratified by 16 countries, including Brazil, Chile, Colombia, and others.